He kissed her one last time under the street lamp. Rain poured, but Claire didn't move. Neither did he. "Wait for me," he whispered. "I'll come back for you." She nodded, and then he was gone. That was 6 years ago. 6 years of silence. 6 years of wondering if he ever meant those words. Now, in a building she wasn't even supposed to be in. Claire blinked sharply. It couldn't be him. The wet mop slipped from Claire's hands, splashing water onto her shoes. Her heart slammed in her chest as the tall figure turned the corner in Samson Industries' polished hallway. The suit, the stride, the posture. It looked like Mike Matthewson. But it couldn't be. He hated corporate life. Why would he be in this building? She wanted to run, scream his name, but her body froze in place. Her fingers trembled, clenching and unclenching air. She rushed to the front door, only to catch a glimpse of him sliding into a sleek black SUV, the windows tinted. It sped away before she could even exhale his name. That evening, laughter echoed through Claire's modest apartment as she dressed her twin girls, Silver and Diamond, for bed. Their curls bounced, their tiny voices chattered endlessly. They were her world, her reason for surviving. She kissed their foreheads, tucked them in, then retreated to the porch, sipping tea in the dim glow of the porch light. Her heart, though full from motherhood, held an aching space that never closed. And there, the memories returned. Mike, her high school sweetheart, tall, blue-eyed, with sun-bleached blonde hair and a crooked grin that melted her. He had come from a broken home, the foster care system chewing up any piece of light in him. Until her. Claire had loved him for his fire, his loyalty, the way he made her feel seen. But her parents, oh, they hated him. "He's nothing, Claire. No family, no money, no future. Break it off, or we're done with you." Claire chose Mike. They eloped the day she turned 18. The first year was tough. Mike worked odd jobs, barely making enough. Then came the layoff. "You deserve better," he said one night. "Go home to your parents. I'll figure this out. I'll come back for you." He kissed her forehead and vanished. Her parents, furious but smug, took her in. But the moment they discovered she was pregnant, they withdrew every ounce of support. "We're not raising his children, too." Claire worked double shifts, waitressing at a diner and cleaning offices at night. Each dollar counted. Every day was a fight to keep food on the table and her head above water. Yet, she endured. Sleep was a luxury. Loneliness was constant. But the girls gave her purpose. When Silver and Diamond were born, they gave her a new reason to fight harder. She left the judgmental town behind and moved to a bigger city. Claire used what was left of her college funds to start a cleaning agency. A business built on grit and hope. She was thriving now. That night at Samson's Industries, she was filling in for a cleaner who had an emergency. That's when she saw him, or thought she did. The next day, she took the girls to the local fair. Silver pulled her toward the cotton candy. Diamond wanted to ride the carousel again. Then she saw him. Again. Among the crowd. Tall, blonde, gray suit. Her heart caught fire. She pushed through people, dragging the girls with her. But by the time they reached the spot, he was gone. Again. Swallowed by the crowd. Claire couldn't take it anymore. She needed answers. She returned to Samson's Industries the following day. Waited. Missed him. Again. But Claire was done missing him. The next day, she got there before sunrise, parked across the building, and waited. Sitting in her car, nerves tangling in her chest, her palms were sweaty, lips trembling. She saw it. The black SUV. It parked. The door opened. Mike stepped out, older, sharper, powerful in his stride, hair neatly combed, his eyes glued to his phone. But it was him. Her Mike. Her breath caught. Claire stepped out of the car, her voice shaky but determined. "Mike?" He froze. Slowly, he looked up. Their eyes locked. His face shifted. Shock, sorrow, disbelief. Then, longing. "Claire," he breathed. She nodded, tears flooding her eyes. Time stopped. His lips parted, but no words came. Claire took a shaky step forward. He closed the distance in seconds, pulling her into his arms. "I thought I lost you forever," he whispered, voice breaking. In his lavish CEO office, Mike's hand shook as he poured water into a glass. Mike told her everything. "I left to make something of myself. I lived on the streets for 2 years, ashamed and broken. Then an old friend got me a job here. His father owned Samson's. I started in the mailroom. I worked hard, working late nights and weekends. I climbed. I promised myself I wouldn't come back to you empty. I wanted to be a man you would be proud of." Tears filled Claire's eyes. "I went back to your parents 2 years ago. They said you moved abroad and didn't leave contact." Claire's stomach dropped. They lied. That evening, Claire invited Mike to dinner. At home, she helped her daughters dress in their best outfits, sparkly dresses. She picked something soft and elegant for herself. Her heart fluttered with nerves. The doorbell rang. The girls screamed, "The guest is here!" Mike stepped in, holding flowers. He kissed Claire's forehead. "Welcome home," she whispered. From behind her, the girls peeked out. Mike turned and froze. 2 identical pairs of hazel eyes stared at him. His mouth opened, but no words. Claire knelt and gently wrapped her arms around them. "Girls, this is your daddy." The room went silent. Then, in a heartbeat, the girls squealed and launched themselves into Mike's arms. Mike held them, stunned, tears brimming in his eyes. I'm your daddy?" he whispered. Tears spilt freely. That night, after they finally fell asleep curled in his arms, Claire and Mike sat on the couch. She told him everything. Her struggles, the long nights, the loneliness. Mike wept. In the weeks that followed, Mike courted Claire like it was high school all over again. He took her on picnics, dinners, and starlit walks. He brought flowers and chocolate, played board games with the girls, braided their hair, memorized every detail about his daughters. Love bloomed again. This time deeper, richer, more rooted. One sunny afternoon, he knelt in their backyard. "Claire, I loved you before I had anything to offer. But now, I want to give you everything. Will you renew your vows with me?" 6 months later, Claire stood in a flowing white gown in the garden of a stunning mansion. Their mansion. Mike stood at the altar, eyes locked with hers. Silver and diamond tossed petals in matching dresses, giggling with pride. Claire's parents sat in the front row, humbled. They renewed their vows under a sky full of grace. Claire, in a satin gown, smiled through tears as she said, I do. Again. Later that night, Mike tucked the girls into bed and joined Claire on the porch. I almost lost everything, he said. But you didn't, Claire whispered. God brought you home. He held her hand tightly as the stars blinked above. Yes, he did, Mike whispered. Thank you, God. Love isn't perfect. It's patient, tested, and sometimes lost. But if it's real, it always finds its way back. And sometimes the greatest comebacks are born from brokenness. 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love suffereth long, and is kind. Love envieth not. Love vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. If this story moved you, hit that like button, subscribe for more unforgettable love stories, and leave a comment. Would you give someone a second chance? And don't stop here. Binge the next story, because the journey of love is just getting started. See you next time, and remember, love is free.